A man named Luqman Hakim taught his son these 3 points and said to his son, "My son, I advise you to remember these 3 points and act on them. 1. Do not tell your secret to your wife. 2. Do not make friends with government employees. 3. Do not take a loan from someone who has just become rich." After Luqman passed away, his son said to himself, "I will try my father's advices and see what their loss has been that my wise father has bequeathed to me." Luqman's son went and slaughtered a sheep and put its meat in a bag and tied the top of the bag and brought it home and dug a hole under his bed and buried it there. First, he told his wife, "I had an enemy, and I killed him and buried him here. Be careful to wear this secret and don't tell anyone." Second, one of his neighbors, who is a government employee, befriends him and brings him to his place every day and makes all his plans with him. Third, and there was a poor young man who had just become rich and was very proud of his wealth. Luqman's son borrowed from him and put it in a corner of his house. A few days had not passed when Luqman's son had a fight with his wife. At this time, his wife took a deep breath and screamed. She said, "O people, this son of Luqman is a murderer who killed an innocent man unjustly and buried him in his house." And she said, "He wants to kill me too." His voice was heard by a friend and neighbor of Luqman's son, who was a government employee. The neighbor immediately went and told the story of the murder to the ruler of that time, and the king ordered to bring Luqman's son to him. The agent said, "I will bring him to you myself." The agent came to Luqman's son's house and dragged him out of the house with great pleasure and forgot his friendship with him. And he, Luqman's son, dragged to the king's palace. On the way, he meets the person he borrowed from. At that time, the man saw Luqman's son in that state. He hurriedly and violently came to Luqman's son in front of the people and took his skirt and said, "O son of Luqman, if he takes revenge on you, mine will be wasted. Now I want mine." With this young speech, Luqman's son lost his reputation. In this way, a group gathered, and Luqman's son was insulted. When the son of Luqman stood before the king, such a conversation took place between them. King said, "You are Luqman's son. You did not deserve to be bloodthirsty and seditious." Luqman's son said, "I never shed blood unjustly, and I didn't kill man at all." The agent said, "He is lying. He killed a man and buried his body in his house." Luqman's son said to the king, "I want you to order to bring the victim. And that body is inside of the bag that I have buried in some place." The king ordered to bring the corpse. The agents came to Luqman's son's house. The wife of Luqman's son showed the burial place, and they excavated it. They took the bag out of there. They brought him to the king with his head tied. When they opened the bag, they saw the body of a slaughtered sheep. Everyone present was surprised. King said, "O son of Luqman, why did you slaughter and bury the sheep?" Luqman's son said, "My father gave me this will. Don't tell your secret to your wife. Do not befriend government employees. Do not borrow from someone who has become rich new." I also wanted to try this advice. When I tried it, I realized the wisdom of my father's words, and it became clear to me that what he said was the truth. Anyone who listens to this advice deserves not to tell his secret to his wife.